good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on our 14 News, coming to you from our live stream here. Some breaking news this morning into our newsroom. We wanted to get right to folks in the tri-state, kind of keep you guys up to date on here. Again, developing story here in Evansville that we are following here. Vanderburgh County dispatchers say that Evansville police are responding to a shots fired run here this morning. What we know is it was called in just after 5:30 this morning for a possible gunshot victim. This was in the 1700 block of Marshall Avenue. We do have some developing details I'm going to get to here this morning. We also have our 14 News, my co-anchor, Sunrise anchor Mitch Carter, live on the scene here this morning with a look at the latest. We're going to go ahead and get out to Mitch with, again, some new developing details here. We're going to stand you by Mitch there and go ahead and get out to him again in the field here this morning to kind of just give us an up-to-date on the latest and what he knows. Good morning, Mitch. My co-anchor, Sunrise anchor Mitch Carter, live on the scene here this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Casey. I hope you guys can hear me back there. I actually can't hear you. We're having some difficulties here with our streaming technology, but I've got some notes here from talking with Sergeant Anthony Ossaker with the Evansville Police Department. And he tells me, like you mentioned there, we're here on the 1700 block of Marshall Avenue, where people reported 10 to 12 shots this morning. They saw people fleeing. And of course, right now I'm gonna get behind the camera and kind of show you the scene as I go over what exactly I know from these notes here. Now, you can see still a very, very active scene here this morning. And the important notes here from this: 3 victims located, 1 has since died. We know it was a 15 and an 18-year-old who are confirmed to have been shot. The 18-year-old is the one who passed away in this shooting this morning here. I'm going to zoom in on this black car here. You can see a lot of EPD officers kind of circling it here. Ossaker tells me that's the car they believe was involved in the shooting, or at least where it took place. Now, as I mentioned there, he said a lot of people reported folks that were fleeing from the scene. So as I pulled up this morning, it was a really hard time getting a hold of anybody and or finding the scene because there were so many police everywhere. They had a perimeter formed, actually, and it was a difficult time, you know, going down Lodge Avenue and all those places, trying to get a hold of where exactly this took place. Now, right now, the perimeter is still set up around this area here as we reach, you know, the 7:30 hour of your Wednesday morning. Important note as well, the other 2 people that were shot in this, once again, the 18-year-old has died, the 15-year-old and another person whose age is unknown. They are both in the hospital right now receiving care, and Ossaker says their injuries are non-life-threatening, so hopefully they'll be okay there. At this point, detectives are interviewing the victims here, and Ossaker said, of course, it's tragic because, as we all know, today is the day before Thanksgiving. We're talking about juveniles here, at least one that was involved in this shooting. In case, I hope you guys can still hear me out there on the CTV show this morning. Now, I'm still out here right now, like I mentioned, a very active scene. The police are still canvassing this area. They've still got their parameters set up around here, trying to get a hold of people. And, you know, like he mentioned there, they're unsure if people fled because they were involved or just they heard shots and were scared. Right now, trying to get a hold of everybody who was here at the scene, who might have seen something, interview them, and try to get to the bottom of exactly what happened here.
All right, again, that's our Mitch Carter there, live on scene of this breaking news here this morning. Mitch, thank you for this update here this morning. Again, we know that you are obviously there in an active scene, developing news as we continue to get more information here this morning. Of course, we'll continue to keep you guys up to date both here and on our streaming shows as well. But yeah, let's kind of recap some of the things that we do know at this point. Again, this is from Evansville Police. We know that, again, there's shots fired here this morning around 5:30 in Evansville. Sergeant Anthony Ossaker with EPD has been able to confirm a few details that Mitch just went over, but I'll go ahead and kind of recap those for you here as we are bringing you this developing information this morning. We know that some callers reported about 10 to 12 shots around 5:30 here this morning. As Mitch mentioned, lots of folks fleeing the area, whether they were involved in this or just trying to seek safety. We unable to confirm that at this time as Evansville Police continue their investigation here this morning. As Mitch mentioned, there are 3 victims involved in this morning's early shooting. We do know, as Mitch told us, that one of those victims has since died. That is an 18-year-old. We also know that a 15-year-old is in the hospital, and another victim whose age is unidentified at this time in the hospital as well. We do know that the 15-year-old and that other victim are at the hospital right now. Evansville Police did confirm that those are non-life-threatening injuries, and what we do know is they are in the process of interviewing those victims right now just to get to the bottom of what exactly took place this morning. But again, an 18-year-old has died from this morning's shooting here in Evansville. Recap a little more information that we do have into our newsroom now just to keep everyone up to date here. Active scene in that area that Mitch just said. So if you are going through that area, just kind of keep a lookout, stay safe this morning. Try to stay away from that scene if possible here. Others were taken for non-life threatening injuries, as I mentioned, in the hospital now. Large parameters been set up there just to find anyone who fled the area, possible involvement with this. Right now, it is not known if the people who fled the area are suspects or, again, just fleeing safety. The areas that you guys need to look out for, where Mitch is located, where this active scene is right now, this shots fired scene is there along Lodge, Riverside, and really along Riverside to the north are those perimeter areas. So again, we're talking along Riverside, kind of north of that area there where the perimeter is set up. So again, EPD also, we do know, has a perimeter over on the west side of US 41. So if you are in that area needing to go through there on your morning commute here, keep an eye out. That is an active scene right now. Detectives, again, as we told you, are working on interviewing these victims with their non-life-threatening injuries there in the hospital. Sergeant Ossaker also just added, extremely tragic here. This is the day before Thanksgiving holiday, for something like this to take place. We do know that, the ages of these two folks that are involved, we cannot confirm the age of that third involvement there, but 15-year-old and an 18-year-old that we're talking about here today. So again, just going to recap those of you maybe just joining us here on our live streaming show as well as on 14 News. We're going to continue to let you know the latest developments, but this is what we know as of this morning. If you are just joining us here at 14 News, Sunrise anchor Mitch Carter is live there. This is an active scene here in Evansville. I'm going to kind of take it from the top again here this morning. This all happened around 5:30 here today. We know that there are 3 people involved in a fatal, we can confirm now, shooting in Evansville there near Riverside Drive. Again, the ages, we know that an 18-year-old has died here this morning involved in this shooting. A 15-year-old and another victim have been taken to the hospital. Police have confirmed those are non-life-threatening injuries, and they're in the process of interviewing those folks, as well as the area saw a lot of people fleeing the scene there, either for safety or also just to maybe involvement, but they're going to get to the bottom of that. And of course, we'll let you know those details as we can get those confirmed. If you're heading out the door, again, we're talking Riverside along the north area there, US West Side 41, active scene. And of course, we'll let you know the latest details as we continue to follow this story here this morning. Wanted to kind of bring you that latest information, get this out to you folks here this morning. We'll be back with our streaming show today at 8:30 with hopefully some new developments in this story. But as of now, that is what we can confirm in this active Evansville shooting that took place here at 5:30 this morning. We'll go ahead and end today's live stream. Like I said, we'll be back at 8:30 though with some more information to bring you here both on air and online for 14 News.